Mike here at the Elevator Consultants. We're on site here in Chicago. We're doing an audit for a customer. This is the first of two machine rooms we're going to see up here. First machine room, I'm just walking up here and we've got, looks like all Schindler TXR5s. All of our tags here. So 2014 install. We have what code here it follows. We have 2007. That's what it was installed under. And it looks like we're following City of Chicago 2010 code. The testing tags are up here. Looks like these are being maintained by TK Elevator. That's our controller. Our drive is going to be over here in this cabinet, but overall this machine room is absolutely filthy. So to start with it, I mean the floor is dirty, everything is dirty. But we're going to see why everything is really freaking dirty. You can probably already see all the red and all the rouge here. You can see the mechanic. Looks like he's been wiping things down and trying to clean stuff up. You can see how everything is, the streak marks on the floor here. So really this is the first thing that's going to trigger me and say, hey, we probably have a cable problem here. You can see all the rouge built up. And if you take a close look on the right side here, you can already see the rouge cables, but it's all over the machine. But let's take a look at it real close here. That's car 2. We're going to look at car 1. Car 2, that's our governor. All the rouge is being kicked up by car 1, and it's really getting in all the equipment here. It just makes an absolute mess. It really makes it tough for the mechanics to keep up with this. They've got other units on the route to look at. And they're dealing with Rouge, which should be a separate repair team that's coming out to perform these repairs. So if we took a look on the back side here, that's really making some kind of strange sounds. I don't know if the camera will show it, but the cable closest to us, maybe the second and last cable closest to us, those really have a lot of flutter to it. To me, that tells me that we have uneven tension on the ropes. So it's either that or we possibly have a misalignment issue. But that noise when it runs, that right there is coming from here in the machine. We'll probably see it when it goes past. There's the rouge. Those are really, really bright. It's kind of funky because these cables look like they're relatively new. We still have the lines on them. So if we come over here, these cables are wrapped what's called 2-to-1. So they actually terminate up here in the machine room, and here's our cable tag for it. Everything here is covered in rouge. This probably will not show up on camera. Let's see if I get a better look at this. We do have some writing here. So the highest year this cable tag goes up to is 2018. These are not new cables. In order for these guys to replace the cables, they'd have to take all this apart. You can see this tag is safety wired on. And maybe not safety wired, but you get the idea. But anyhow, so it's not just residual rouge that's left over from the previous set of cables. You get a better look inside here. You can see how red those are. These cables are done. These cables are shot. The only reason I bring some of this stuff up and why I'm looking at cable tags, you might be saying, hey Mike, it's got rouge on it, it's done. Well, sometimes when the repair teams come up here and they replace the cables only, but they don't wipe the machine down, sometimes you can have some residual rouge left over on the machine, then it builds up on the brand new set of cables. So anytime I see those lines on it, that's what I'm thinking, but I don't have a cable tag that tells me that these were recently installed. So all the accumulation of rouge on the floor, we can see the wipe down marks on the floor. You can see it's all over the governor here, it's all over the top of the machine here. It's time. The cables need to be replaced. So We're trying to get ahead of this for our customer. Typically what happens is the customer has no idea that the cables are rouged. They wait for the inspector to come on site. The inspector says, hey, cables are rouged, time to replace them. They write them up, and you get a very limited window to get that taken care of. We're going to look at car 2 while we're talking. And so it really puts the customer in a bad position, because now you're under a time limit of when you need to get that repair done by. We're going to go take a look at that governor that's making that noise here in a second too. But we want to be proactive with these, especially with our customer and the usage of the building. These are going to be heavy usage during move-in, move-out season. So right now, it's summertime. Just getting a good look at these cables as we're talking. These look like they're in better shape. So right now we have the opportunity. The cables are done per elevator code that's adopted here in the city. We want to get these replaced before move-in happens. That way we got everything in service. There's no long wait times. It looks much better for the customer when tenants are moving in and we don't have lines and everybody's waiting on one elevator. But anyhow, you guys get the idea. Let's go take a look at car 2. That governor is making some kind of strange noise. We don't know what that is yet. Put that screws through here. Alright, so first thing I noticed, we've got a piece of cardboard wedged really between the governor, and it kind of looks like the backing plate. So where that number 1 is written, and this part here, you can see below my flashlight, we got cardboard stuffed in here. I have no idea why they did that. This is pretty stout metal. Maybe they're doing this to try to silence some kind of noise. I don't know. But look at the amount of rouge that's built up inside here. So we're going to take a good look at this cable. See it run. Of course I want it to run, it's not going to run. We'll step on the other side over here. While we're waiting for this thing to run, every governor is going to have a tag on it, at least it's supposed to. So it's going to give you what speed the elevator has to move at before the governor trips. That'll set your brakes and stop the elevator in case it overspeeds. So we can see at the very top, light might be too bright, here we go. Where it says trip, it says 625. So these elevators are rated at 500 feet per minute. The rouge buildup in here is crazy. Look at all of it. So while I wait for this to run, I'll get pictures of all this stuff, get paperwork filled out, but you guys get the idea. If we have the chance to, I'll show you stuff inside the hoistway or the other machine room if we have anything different or anything to write home about. But that's going to be it for this machine room. One more thing for this machine room I forgot to mention to you guys. Well, I just noticed it just now. I was over here looking at car 2, and we got our blower fans right here that help keep the motor cool. Really illuminated. You can see how bright that is. So all that rouge that's coming off the cables of car 1, and you can see it in the same screen here. It's going to get all over the fan. It's going to get all over the motor. It's going to blow it inside the machine, which we can't see because it's got all the covers on it. But that rouge is just covering everything. So on our punch list, we're going to write up for a complete clean down of the machine room, which is going to include all the machines, all the machine equipment. So it's going to be all the governors, obviously the machine tops. We can look at the top of the controllers. These things are absolutely filthy. I mean, look at that, it's awful. Everything in here is just covered in it. But anyhow, that's what I wanted to show you. Alright, so we're at the top landing. We notice this is still car 1. I don't know if the phone will pick it up. That noise that we heard up in the machine room, we could certainly hear it down here at the landing. So if your team hears anything like this or similar to this, that could be a starting point for you, or you know that something is wrong. And you should probably either have your elevator company come in and check it out if they're being slow and non-responsive or uncooperative in doing that, or saying everything is normal. I can assure you that is not normal. Give a company like us a call. We can come in, we can actually show you what's happening and go through everything. But anyhow, I'm just checking everything here. We're going to send this down the floor, take a look on top of the car top. Alright, car's down the floor. Car top is sitting right here. We'll get some light in here and you can see what we're looking at. I have not seen these yet. This is car one, and this is absolutely filthy. Look how dirty this is. Guide assemblies. These are from a company called Elsco. Those are their Elsco A roller guides. These are high-speed roller guides. I guess you could say it's a very large version of what you would see in a set of rollerblades. Down here we have GAL, MLVFR2 door operators. Looks like we have CD's door protection systems. That door operator needs some love. Just checking everything in the car top. That tag that's in the center there, that's going to tell me the speed and capacity. So 3,000 pounds at 500 feet per minute. The speed matches our governor upstairs, so we're good to go. That capacity, we'll make sure that that matches the capacity posted inside the cab. Doesn't happen very often, but sometimes they're mismatched, which you cannot have. They do have to match. So it's our hoistway door equipment. Just getting a good overall look here, but we'll check car 2 after this. It's likely going to be the same. We'll turn this one loose. Actually, we could try and call that guy up here now and take a look at it. Car 1 may come back to us first. So I'll check our capacity here on our car operating panel. 3,000 pounds, that's good. We'll send this one away. Let's take a look on top of car 2 and see if we have any differences. But really I'm expecting the same thing. Dirty, filthy, doors ride rough. So overall maintenance is poor here. So the other part that you're probably going to notice is that the door frame heights are much different. So car 2, I've already measured these. These are 42 by 78. It's all in inches. 78-inch height, that is very uncommon in the industry. Over here is typically what you see. That's an 84-inch height. So here's car 2. Our capacity is less. We'll double check and verify that in the car top, but we're at 2,500 pounds. I'm going to take a look here in the jams and see what we can see, but overall pretty much the same thing. You can see how dirty this is. If you look at the hoistway door side, very dirty as well. Oh, that's kind of cool. So that alarm that you hear right now, I've put the elevator into nudging. It has a call, it wants to take off, I'm in the way, so it goes into nudging and forces me to move. Alright, so elevator's at the next landing. If I can do this one-handed, there we go. There's some light in here. And you can see we got different guide assemblies here. Those look like they're Hollister Whitney, that blue. That's our overhead. That same door operator. even though it looks dirty, it's just a lot of scratch paint. I mean, it's not in great condition. It's certainly not as dirty as the last car. Let's get a better look at the cables here. So because these are wrapped 2 to 1, both of these cars are, like I had mentioned up in the machine room, the car top is going to have a sheave on it. That's that giant circle, I guess you can call it, between the two I-beams up here on the car top. Our dead end hitches, if I zoom in, you can see where those terminate really into the machine room floor. That's going to be your shackles there. On the backside shackles there. So a few different ways to rope a car, and that's one of them. But overall, this one does need some loving too. It's just not as bad as its brother in the next Sway car one. So we'll cut this loose. We'll take a look at the pits. We'll see what those look like. We'll go from there.